DRS season features the strongest international field ever assembled, and with the youngest average age as well. Defending champion and carrying number one is the black and blue car of 16-year-old Mitch Evans from Auckland. Alongside Evans in the Giles Motorsport camp is another impressive young Kiwi, also 16 years of age, Nick Cassidy. Rounding out the four-car team for ex-McLaren F1 man Stephen Giles is 18-year-old rookie Nick Foster from Brisbane and 17-year-old Alex Lynn from Essex in Britain. Long-time supporter of the series, Nelson-based Victory Motorsport are back with a two-car lineup featuring local 18-year-old Invercargill driver Damon Leach, and he's joined by 16-year-old Daniel Kaivat from Russia. There's a single-car entry for Dart International, and 20-year-old Auckland driver Alistair Wooten returns for another season in the Toyota Racing Series. Another team running up to 5 cars at some rounds is E-Tech Motorsport. They line up with a truly international team, with returning Wellingtonian 17-year-old Jamie McNee, 20-year-old Scott Pye from Australia is back again. Then joining the team in the series is Mario Farnbacher, another 18-year-old from Germany, and a famous family name in motorsport, 19-year-old Englishman Josh Hill, rounding out this massive Australian team effort. M2 Competition runs a 3-car effort for 16-year-old Kotaro Sakuri from Tokyo, Ivan Lukashevich from Moscow, and 19-year-old Jordan Skinner from Australia. So the driver battle this season will be just as fascinating as the team one, as the Toyota Racing Series gets underway for 2011.
Yes, there really is so much talent lining up for 2011. So many future stars, drivers trying to make their way in this fantastic class. Well, it all kicks off with the 16-lapper here at Teretonga, the world's southernmost circuit. Let's catch up with Jamie McCarthy and Bob McMurray.
I've been waiting for this for 2 rounds. Race 1 for the Toyota Racing Series from Teretonga. Mitch Evans and Scott Pye off the front row. Damon Leach and Nick Cassidy from row 2. Alistair Wooten alongside Englishman Alex Lynn. Go back to Mario Farnbacher from Germany and Russian Daniel Kvyat. Go back to Nick Foster, the young Australian, alongside another Russian, Ivan Lukashevich. Then it's Wellington's Jamie McNee, Josh Hill. There's a name. We'll talk about that more. Row 7 start for Australian Jordan Skinner alongside Kotaro Sakurai. Well, Bob McMurray, the first of our rounds for the Toyota Racing Series for the new season, the 7th season for the Toyotas, and what a star-studded lineup, and they don't get any bigger than a young man named Hill.
They don't, Jamie. Josh Hill, the son of world champion Formula One driver Damon Hill, and the grandson of his illustrious father, Damon's father, Graham. I mean, what a heritage that family's got. But Josh is just starting his career. He's just starting out in racing, so don't expect too much of him. He's got a lot to live up to with that name, but he is going to be a quick driver one day.
So reigning series champion Mitch Evans, just 16 years of age, starts off the pole. Now, there was a bit of a story from qualifying. Nick Cassidy initially set pole, was penalised 3 positions for causing a red just as he caused that red flag. The young Russian Kvyat, he stopped and made contact with the fence. He was also penalised for bringing out the red flag, so that's why Cassidy will be starting off the second row as we're waiting for the lights to go out. First round of the Toyota Racing Series and the international portion with a line up of 14 on the grid. Mitch Evans with a fly, a couple of tardy starts further back as they jostle for position. Alistair Wooten to the outside.
Alex Lynn, the English driver there in about 6th or 7th position, got a little bit ragged under braking, but Mitch Evans seems to have made a bit of a break. He was disappointed not to have got the fastest time in qualifying, but Jamie, you know Mitch Evans, he's always disappointed when he's not fastest. But something has come off a car that's a muffler off a car.
That's a tailpipe off one of the race cars. We're on board there with Damon Leach. This is the German, Mario Farnbacher, carrying our second onboard camera, running for the E-Tech Motorsport team. Trevor Schumacher, how many race cars is he running? At least
he's running
this weekend.
Of which one is Josh Hill. Now, a car went wide there. I couldn't see which one it was, so maybe that muffler problem has either come off that car or has hit him from another car.
Well, who's the best on cold tyres? Certainly at the end of the first lap, it is going to be the defending series champion, Mitch Evans, chased by Scott Pye.
Scott Pye, of course, was in the Toyota Racing Series last year, went to England, drove Formula Ford and won the Formula Ford Championship in England. Come back for another go. He loves this series, and he's been telling everybody who will listen in England about this series. So I think this is one of the reasons we've got such a great field of international drivers. From 5 countries we have visitors.
Back on board, looking over the rear wing of Damon Leach's number 87 out of the Formula Ford Championship last year. He's handed the reins of that car over to his younger brother Brendan. He's done a very, very good job in testing and qualified very well in third. For a moment there, it looked like he was going to be in that third spot, but with the relegations. But Scott Pye jumped him literally on the last lap by 1/1000th of a second.
He did.
He's gone off.
We have Damon Leach. Don't talk about him.
Talk about the commentator's curse.
It doesn't look like he's just got the engine restarted. I'm not sure that rear wing looks in the right shape or not.
Let's have a look at the peak antifreeze replay. On board, looking over the rear wing. And he's just dropped the wheel off and made the mistake himself right in front of Alex Lynn.
Yeah, he got on the white line and made some braking maneuvers as well. And there you see the rear wing just being pushed forward. Very solid cars these, but that's not going to go too much further with a rear wing in that shape. Lights are off on the safety car, so Mitch Evans now has full control over the pack.
Well, he had a good couple of second lead before that safety car. Just looking back through the scoring, Josh Hill's done a very good job up in the 8th position from a 12th grid start. So the son of 1996 Formula 1 world champion Josh Hill, that is a really messy start. Look at the top 3 getting away as the rest of the field are all backed up behind Englishman Alex Lynn.
I think Alex Lynn may just have not have got his foot down there and not understood it, and they're really backed up now. Look, Farnbacher cannot get through.
This is going to get busy. As
there it is,
Josh Hill right in front of his E-Tech teammates. So
Josh Hill just got stuck on the marbles on the outside there. You really can't do that around turn 1. It's a lot of dirty track out there, and I think he just got stuck on it.
Well, not a good start. He was doing such a good job off the start. We did allude to it before that safety car restart with Josh Hill, but his race looks to be over, and his teammate also in the wars. In fact, it was Hill getting into the back of Daniel Kiervat first. Poor old Mario Farnbacher with absolutely nowhere to go.
It looked like he tried, but no, he couldn't get anywhere. Now it remains to be seen whether Josh Hill can get the car going. I don't think he can. Will we have another safety car? I think we will.
The action continues from Teretonga. The restart for the Toyota Racing Series. First race, Mitch Evans leads from Scott Pye. And Bob, you got to say, as Pye and Cassidy are running down to 1, the safety car could just about be scored in 3rd with the amount of laps it's done in this first race. Cassidy through to 2nd.
Cassidy gets through into 2nd. He did a good restart there. He got underneath Scott Pye, made sure Scott Pye couldn't come over to the left-hand side, but he didn't, we hoped, overtake him before the safety car line. So Nick Cassidy, a great start for him, a restart for him into 2nd position. Now he's got to chase Mitch Evans.
Well, these two have traded blows over many, many years in kart sport as they were growing up as young kids. I mean, even right now, they're just 16 years of age. I think before the break we were talking about the elder statesmen. Certainly for the New Zealand Grand Prix it's going to be Kenny Smith, but the oldest drivers out there are Scott Pye and Alistair Wooten, both at 20 years of age.
Alistair Wooten is elected to be the grand old gentleman when Kenny's not here. As you say, he's still a young man. But look at Scott Pye. He's right underneath the rear wing of Nick Cassidy. He's going to make a try at the end, but Nick is staying close to the left-hand side. He's going to make Scott Pye go around the outside if he wants to do anything here. Can Scott Pye hang on around the outside? Certainly can. Look at that, a clean manoeuvre.
What aided that for Pye is that the exit run for Cassidy was compromised out of that final corner. He had big turn and understeer on cold tyres off the back of that restart and just probably lost the better part of 10 to 12 kilometres an hour onto the main straight here at Teretonga. So we've got 4 laps left to go. Scott Pye, the reigning British Formula Ford Championship. That was the Z-Tech portion of the championship. In fact, 2 Australians dominated both of those series this year, with Jordan Skinner back there in one of the E-Tech cars, one of the M2 competition cars, winning the FF1600 title.
Yeah, the Antipodeans, should we say, are starting to make a real mark in European racing. But Mitch Evans has got a bit of a run now. He's got a bit of clearance because Scott Pye and Nick Cassidy were fighting there. It allowed Mitch to get away just a little bit. But look, in 4th position, it's Daniel Kiervat, the Russian guy in the Red Bull car. He was suffering badly on Thursday, had to go to the doctor, get antibiotics and all sorts of things, missed a lot of running, so he's doing a very good job here today. He's trying to catch up on getting used to this car. In fifth position is Lynn from the UK, another guy that's trying to get experience down here. He's running in a series next year that uses the same tyres as this. He wants to be down here. In his words, he wants to come down here and get his backside kicked by the locals because he thinks it'll fire him up for the new season there.
Well, Steve's been eager to do wonders for the racecraft for the Europeans, a lot of whom, as you said, Bob, learning their craft. Here is Daniel Kievat from Russia. He is based in Rome, one of only 4 drivers in the Red Bull Junior Academy. His background over the last couple of seasons has been in kart sport in Europe with the KF3 and WSK International Series. And he's been racing Formula BMWs and also contested the Formula Renault Winter Series up in Britain, which was won by Englishman Alex Lynn, who's out in this field, and Josh Hill contested that title as well.
That's right, and when we look at Kievat there, he's fully supported by Red Bull. Very fortunate, of course. A lot of Russian drivers coming through at the moment. But when you actually look at Daniel, he's a young guy. He looks a lot younger than he is, and he's got the body mass index of about a Red Bull can. He is as skinny as you can get. He's just an amazing young kid.
Ironically, and Brendan Hartley will probably shoot me for saying this, I sort of looked at him first up and I thought of Brendan Hartley when he first started the Toyota Racing Series. There's not a lot to him. He's a beanpole, but he's obviously proving to be very, very quick here in the first race for the Toyota Racing Series. There is Alex Lynn, another young Englishman, 17 years of age, out of Essex.
And I was talking with him yesterday, and he's a very determined young man. Do you know, it's a thread that's going through all these visiting drivers. They know they're going to come down here and get massive competition. They know they're driving different cars, different tyres. They're going to come down here and really, really get some good competition. Now, we've got a change in the race lead. Evans has gone back to second. We thought he'd had a bit of a gap as he made a mistake somewhere, because Scott Pye all of a sudden is out in the front. Evans, the reigning champ, is back in second. I didn't see that, but it must have been... Obviously, well, I would say that Evans has made a mistake somewhere. 1.3 seconds on that last lap, so he may have maybe outbraked himself at the final corner. So he's only got, what, a lap and a half to try and get back to the Australian. Scott Pye, 2009 Series rookie. But Scott has got at least half a second, and maybe 1 second on him by now. So it's going to be very difficult for Mitch to come back up to him. Cassidy, of course, is still following around in third position with Kievat in fourth. Yeah, young Nick Foster, the Australian, finished third in the Australian Formula 4 Championship. He is in the 6th position. He and Mitch Evans raced together in the CIK Kart Championships here in New Zealand going back about 4 years ago when Mitch was just 12 years of age. It's staggering, isn't it? So the last lap board is out, and Mitch Evans, well, what has happened? He's back in second. Scott Pye, the Australian, has got into the front. Behind Kievat, then Lynn, then Foster is Jamie McNee, young guy from Wellington. Then we've got the first Japanese driver to be in this championship in Sakurai. Once again, a supported guy coming down here for experience. Well, he's done very well with an 8th place finish here if he can hold on to it to the flag. So Australian Scott Pye is going to take out the opening race honours here at Teretonga Park Raceway for the Toyota Racing Series. Reigning #1, Mitch Evans in second. Pye's already celebrating down to the line. A very happy boy. Very, very happy. Mitch Evans, he'll be disappointed with that one. Nick Cassidy, first of the rookies and third ahead of the Russian Daniel Kievat, Englishman Alex Lynn, and Australian Nick Foster. Jamie McNee in 7th, Sakurai in 8th on debut as well. But the Australians open the honours for the Toyota Racing Series first race here at Teretonga. This is going to be a scintillating series. It is going to be a scintillating series, and in 9th position, Lukashevich as well. So Scott Pye taking out the race victory from reigning #1 Mitch Evans, followed by Nick Cassidy, Daniel Kievat, Alex Lynn, Nick Foster, and Wellington's Jamie McNee.
It was almost perfect from the word go. I mean, Mitch, he got us off the start, which was a bit unfortunate, I guess. I was really hoping to lead into turn 1 and try and pull away. I think he had a bit more of an aerodynamic package than us, a bit more downforce, and it really helped him at the start of the race. But as you saw then, the race just got better and better for us. The car came on, and not much else I can say. I mean, Mitch made a mistake, but I'll tell you what, I was going to be pressuring him hard to do that if he hadn't done it himself.